So the thing is that when the whole world is suffering, it becomes almost impossible to feel good. We are all interconnected, and there is no way that we are always going to be having health or wealth. What meditation enables us is that we are always able to be balanced no matter what happens. We are never ever able to live life in a way that health is there, wealth as much as we want is there, or conditions are there which are perfect. That never ever works out. No one's life is meant to be having totally healthy, totally wealthy life, etc. It's a North American advertisement sort of a place where it's like, oh, if you will meditate, or if you'll do this, or if you'll do that, there is a strategy to be having all the health and the wealth. Does not really work out. There are always going to be exceptions. You can be eating at Whole Foods, you can be eating right, and you can have your mind can be disturbed, which happens so much times. So the point is that there's no way that on this planet while we are living, we are going to be having health as much as we would like it to be having, or wealth as much as we. Meditations are meant so that no matter what happens, we are going to be feeling healthy. We're going to be feeling healthy. Whether that will be the reality of the world in which we live, or it will be our own internal reality, are two different things. You can have people who eat only at Whole Foods and not balanced in the mind because they are over fixated on what they eat. And as it is, the body is the temple of God. But if you just take care of the temple and not of the God which is there, there are these temptations to focus on the easier things on the planet. Taking care of the body is much more easier than taking care of the soul. So taking care of the body is much more easier than taking care of the soul. So if I would say, oh, go up the stairs 10 times and you will find your life's partner, or you will find wealth, or you will find health, most people can do it. And it's an easier option. And those tricks and etc. are available. But there are going to be exceptions. The exceptions are that you can have the best of health, and you can still die. COVID is usually meant for people who are above 55, but it impacts younger people also. So in that way, it's a very rational disease. It sets up a timeline. After 55, you're going to be impacted by death. And that is excellent. If life was other way around, then that would have been a concern. Oh, this disease is killing people who are less than 55, who have not reached their full potential of sharing love. Then it's a problem. Okay. When the disease is so rational, as COVID is, it says, I will only usually attack people who are above 55. Sometimes 80% of the people are above 55. And the people, I have to admit, people also. So in that way, someone has asked me a question that the person is not feeling well. And I'm sharing that feeling, being well, having health and wealth is an illusion. It's not going to be happening. No matter how much health and no matter how much wealth we have, they're going to be, both of them are transitional. They're going to be there and then it's going to be vanished. No matter how much money we spend only in whole foods and in only organic food, old age is going to get us. And you have to understand what exactly is old age. Old age is the stage before you die. That is old age. So any second on this planet is actually old age. Once you are born, any second you can die. There is no reality that, okay, now you're not going to be dying and now you can die, etc. That is not there. At any time, at any place, you can die. There are stories of people who traveled the world and then came home and slept on the washroom on this and that. There are lots of stories like that. So old age means that the time before which we die is the old age. And that you have to expand your clarity to understand that that can happen any time. So at any time, you are old enough to die. Once you are born, you're old enough to die. And COVID takes into consideration that only after, like more impacting after 55. And sometimes if people have health issues, etc., then before 55. So it is very graceful and in a lot of ways very logical also. Now our expectation that we should be having health and wealth is wrong. We always will have psychological wealth, or rather health, and spiritual wealth. Psychological health and spiritual wealth, we can have as much as we want, but it has got nothing to do with physical health and with material wealth. So in our world, it happens a lot of times that we think, oh, this person, for example, Trudeau or any world leader, they have reached the top of whichever country they are. And do you think that they are happy? No, they are very stressed. All the top leaders are immensely stressed. They think that the whole country's responsibility is on their shoulders, every decision, which to some extent it is, but not to that extent which people are stressed. If you take a look of photographs of our Prime Minister Trudeau before he became Prime Minister and after he became Prime Minister, you will see the amount of stress. He has really aged a lot. As it is, you age, but with stress, you age a lot. So with that, and you still, when you get power, it has its own addiction. You don't want to be letting go. Putin is right now trying to get, he's around 70. He's trying to get a law passed in Russia that he will be the ruler, basically the Tsar of Russia, till the end of his days. And most people who have already, you would say that, oh, this person should be satisfied, this person has so much amount of money, this person has so much amount of, he is known all over the world, for not only for Putin, but for everyone. You would think that these people should be happy, and they are not. They have more to lose. I saw even a program of Bill Clinton, whom I admired. When Bill Clinton was in America, the Prime Minister, he was having a good time with Monica Lewinsky. And I was having a good time in business. Business was doing very well, just as it is under Trump also, incidentally. Was doing before COVID. But But when I saw his documentary, I thought, oh, this guy, like he became the prime minister, he became the president, and he still was hedonistic, had fun as much as he could, etc. He plays the jazz, etc. Such a cool president, etc. So what if he had a consensual? He didn't. In my mind, it's not that he did something bad. He had power, and power is meant to be utilized. I'm so glad that Me Too, etc. are now there. But who knows what I would do if I had the temptation that day. I cannot judge them. I cannot judge them. Who knows what power brings and what things I might have done, even though I pray and all that. So you can't judge them. But the point is, he was very sad. Bill Clinton was very sad. He was sad that he was the president of the USA. And now in history, he's going to be remembered only as the guy who had an affair with Monica Lewinsky, an intern. So everything that he had passed some laws pertaining to insurance and health, etc., and all those are gone. And for a person who is in politics and who has been the president, having that considered your legacy is worse than death. Because that is your legacy. After 50, that is what people are concerned with. That what is it that when I die, how will people remember me? And you and me, we may not have this thought too much because we have children, we have this, we have that. And we don't have a reason to be saying, oh, the whole of humanity is going to be remembering us. If someone knows us, good. If someone doesn't know us, good. These things are immaterial. Everything on the planet, don't take it too seriously. That's where it comes from. But they are very concerned, and he was so unhappy with his image. So we think that this person, or you have so many people who have stolen money. Good, big money is only going to come with some amount of fraud or something. And once you have committed fraud to get money, someone has suffered for that money. There's no way that you're going to be able to enjoy it. It just doesn't work that way. But the normal people think that, oh, if I had all this health, if I had all this wealth, I would be happy. It doesn't work. The rich people can eat more biologically balanced food. That is true. They will create fertilizer, which may be better for planet Earth. Maybe. How does it matter? Not really. The Mother Earth is huge, can take care of itself. But they are very conscious. Okay, we will only have organic food, etc. And organic food, everything is like will be costing twice at least. And so you feel entitled. Oh, I can do this. I have this, and this is my luxury. I'm entitled. But it's all useless because other people think that you are living really well. You can go to Mexico and lie down on the sand, or you can have an island and then lie down on the sand. How is that happiness? How is that happiness? A couple of times I went to places where people are very rich and they were jumping around. The music was so loud. I couldn't talk with my wife, with whom I was there in Vegas, etc. And this was some place which is supposed to be the world famous. It was a corporate meeting, etc. The music was loud. We just got out. It was even free drinks. We didn't want to be having drinks at that point. So the point is, we always think that if you had health and wealth, we would be happy. So a lot of people, I'm not feeling healthy, I'm not feeling wealthy. And my job is to make you feel healthy, feel healthy. And maybe that will get translated into the real world also, the real world in brackets. But will it really? Maybe yes, maybe no. But whether your heart will be feeling rich, whether your mind will be balanced, that is the responsibility that you have placed on me during this meditation. And we are going to be meditating for the universe, because we are all connected There is no way that people who are suffering right now, both sides, the police as well as the protesters, the person who represents the police, they joined police not to be shooting or taking violent action at their own people. They joined police, most of them, there may be exceptions, most of them wanted to be fighting crime, mafia or something, so that it would look interesting. That's why we came to have a legacy, to do memorable things on the planet. And they end up as doing what? As fighting their own people, fighting their own neighbors. Do you think that the police is really comfortable doing that? I don't really think so. No. They had a different ideal. Now they are just being soldiers. If the head asks them to do something, they have to do it. It's just the way that the hierarchy of the police and the military and all of them, they work like that. But our goal, our team, is to go beyond material health, material wealth, and discover health and wealth inside ourselves and share it with all the people on the planet who think that they are sick, who think that they are poor, who think that they do not have sufficient. Whatever, it can be feeling of any sort of inadequacy. They can be having, we don't have enough rights, we don't have enough money, we need this, we need that. Whatever is in their minds is making them unhappy. The police can be thinking, oh, I wish I had more rights to be able to do these things. And the people who are protesting, they think, no, our lives matter. And I'm brown, so black my lives matter. If it was brown lives matter, too, all lives matter. All lives matter. And they work by profiling. And if I was a white officer, for example, in the airport, I'm very sure I also would be doing racial profiling. If I would see a person with a beard like this, a mustache like this, Asian, then I would try to make sure, because there are thousands of people going, or I'll try to spot. If I would see myself, probably I will also stop myself and have a checkup, That's how you work. If you have 1,000 people, it's nothing good, it's nothing bad. It's the way things are happening. Our job is not to categorize or marginalize even the police. Not even the police as well as the protesters need our prayers, blessings, and meditation energy. And by sharing unconditionally our sharing of our energy of meditation and prayers, that will make us feel rich spiritually and will balance us out. Because when you are sending love not only to the protesters, supposing you send love only to the protesters, then somewhere in the mind you are creating a judgment. The police are bad and these are good and they deserve my prayers and the other people don't deserve it. Everything on the planet is good. It can look like anything. It can look like Shiva or Kali or Black Madonna. There are beautiful Madonnas and then there are dark Madonnas. So they don't look beautiful. In fact, the Black Madonna in Poland has got 3 scratches on her face. But she is considered beautiful because she saved Poland. So you have to go beyond what you judge to be good, bad, beautiful, ugly. And you have to look at what links, what connects all of us in the universe. So there should be no conditions. Oh, I'm going to be, this is good, this is bad. How do you know? All good is in a state of change, and all bad is also in a state of change. Good is always coming out of bad, bad is always coming out of good. People who have achieved a lot of times their children, because they were entitled of it would not do as well as their parents, and sometimes the other way around. So things are going bad, good, etc. And if the moment you say this is good, this cake is good, how do you know that it is not causing you extra calories plus you are getting also diabetes? You do not know that. You have made a judgment based on your body and whatever has happened in your life and whatever you have had. The society that this is good, this is bad. Do you know that right now in New York, the most priciest of all foods is what? Lobsters. And I was reading a book, and 19th century lobsters were given out in jails because they would wash up on the beach, and it was considered prison food. So sometimes the prisoners would, there were instances when prisoners would revolt and they would say, we do not want any more lobster soup, because it was free food almost, like it. People were not into eating lobsters at that time. So now it's a delicacy and it's the most expensive, etc. And that time, like the 18th, 19th century, it was considered prisoner food. So what you think is good, what you think is bad, what you think is prestigious, what do you think, it's always changing. You have to be aware of that. That all your judgments and whatever you're thinking in the world is always changing. To see what is not changing, that is what enlightenment is about. And when you see, get connected to that inside us, which is not changing, then your Kundalini, the power to love everything and everyone, that is the true meaning of Kundalini. People think Kundalini is it comes up from the spine and it goes to your head and you get this power and that power, and they're called siddhis. And it is true. It is true. If you truly focus only on siddhis, but these siddhis, etc., are like money. You can totally focus. I want to be rich. And there are mantras. And I believe those mantras. If you will say those mantras again and again, even so many Indians keep on doing that. But you will make more money than you used to make, let's say. Or there even might be for health, and you could focus only on that. But no matter how much money you will get, you will feel that you are not rich enough. No matter how healthy you become, it's going to change. Even you may be the most healthy person, but if you become stressed about something, oh, I just didn't eat food which was biologically organic or whatever, or I was vegan and this and that, and I ate food, the stress will make you unwell. Just because you don't have any body fat doesn't mean that you cannot have COVID, or you won't be stressed, or you won't be getting different diseases which you get from stress. Stress and physically having no fat are two different things. So the point is that everything that you judge changes, because the whole world outside us is always changing. Health and wealth are always going to be coming and going. But with our praying meditation for the whole of the universe unconditionally, for the rich, for the poor, for the police, for the protesters, for the people in jail, for people not in jail, for people who are dying of COVID, for people who are not dying of COVID, for seen and unseen, for good, for bad. You pray with us and your mind will open to seeing everything. And that opening of the mind happens from your heart. It's already happening. So your heart opens to send love unconditionally, not only to this, only to 3 men in my life who are good and rest 10 are bad, or only this one and that, unconditionally to everyone. To the neighbor, to this, to that, everyone, unconditional. And then you will feel spiritually healthy and wealthy. That is and you will be able to manage any circumstances in life. Supposing you are laid off, God forbid, I can be laid off. My company is going through a lot of change. So what sort of a teacher of enlightenment would I be? I would get stressed, but not beyond a certain point. Means if this is the change that is happening, then that's the change that we need. Everything that is happening, including death, is for our benefit. That is called Shraddha. That is called blind faith. That even if death is happening, not only of someone else, but ours, means it was for the good of all. So some of like Floyd, the gentleman who died, but his death is resulting in so many changes, which are at least in a change in the consciousness. So it's all good. It's all good. The leaders who are behaving like this, and each one of us, we see, oh, I would not have acted like that. Means that our learning curve of what to do and what not to do on the planet is increasing. So good. So to understand and be unconditional, you need Shraddha. Shraddha means absolute faith. And how do we get Shraddha? Closing eyes, focusing in the center of your heart. And we will practice some mudra. So you will hold your hands like this, and I'm not going to be showing it so that the hands are like this. This is called Mahamudra, like this. Everyone take a look. It's just a joining of hands. You do it like this, and then you take them down. It's called Mahamudra. Mahamudra means, Maha means mega, great. Mudra means the way your energy is locked up inside you, so that your hands and everything, they create this energy circle within your body. It's locked. And the intent is, you start by focusing onto your heart. Closing your eyes, you focus on the heart. And the most ancient exercise is that with the blessings of our Guru, the Guru is the universe, the teacher. In our heart, we will see the sky which I have in my background. Just see the sky which is behind me. You can open your eyes for 1 second and see the sky. Zamnoi, Neba, Neba. You're going to be imagining the sky in your heart. So your consciousness is in the heart. So it's already love. And now that love is taking the shape of the sky. So as you take the shape of the sky, your body dissolves. Your body dissolves because now you're not the body. You are the sky. And what is the sky? Brahma. 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 Niranjan Brahma. Formless, eternal, infinity of your heart is now open. Your heart, which was closed with judgments and this thought and that thought, and any thought that made you see anything as different, would close your heart. But right now, your heart is totally open, loving, forgiving, unconditionally loving. Your heart has the universe as sky in it. The sky, just like you wear clothes, God wears clothes, and those clothes are the sky. And there is a clothing and no clothing at the same time, because you want to be seeing Istina, the truth. And the truth is, when you are deep inside yourself and when you're totally open, you are Sat Chit Anand. Your existence, Sat. You are existence is what? Your consciousness, awareness of knowledge. That is who you are. You're not this body, you're not this mind, you're not this intellect. You are Sat, means existence. Chit means that you are awareness, consciousness of what? Knowledge. And this knowledge that you are infinite is freeing you so that you become totally healthy and wealthy spiritually. You are shining bright. You are Brahma. And the mantra is Om. You're just a vibration now. No body, no mind, no intellect. You're just a vibration of Om. Om is the conditional name for the God which cannot be explained in any way. No words of a person can describe God. Universe, not the biological or the physical universe, the universe inside you. It flows through your body, but it is not the shape of your body. The sky has no shape. Your heart right now is open like the sky. And you are infinity of love in your heart right now. And in this infinity of pure love, the vibration of Om is going around cleaning it up. Om. So that the sky in your heart is totally blue of love. Om. Close your eyes to become totally unconditional. Focus in the center of your heart and see your heart as sky, totally blue sky, like my shirt, like the screensaver behind me. Om. As you see the sky, vast, eternal, extensive sky, you become the sky. You become Sat, Chit, Anand. Sat, your existence, is purely your knowledge, your awareness. Ваше сущность – это присутствие золотого сознания, ясности, что вы бесконечны. И это знание дает вам свободу радоваться и быть духовным, здоровым и духовным богатым. This knowledge that you are the eternal sky like inside yourself, in your heart, you become totally unconditional source of love for all the people. Now, in this sky inside your heart, see our universe. See our universe. In this universe, see the planet Earth. This planet in your heart, outside and inside, cover it with golden love. Oh, see the planet, the universe in your heart being covered with pure golden love. All the policemen, all the people protesting, all the people who are dying, all the people who are living. The whole planet is like one speck of energy in your heart. You are infinite energy right now. And one grain of energy, we say it as beskonnečnost, अव्ययतम centre é to beskonieczność nasze wселенной. Вот центре вселенной Земля. Вы накрываете эту Землю, эту вселенную своей бесконечной любовью. You cover the whole universe. You cover the planet Earth in your heart with pure golden love, so that it's totally at peace, enjoying the adventure of life on this planet. And the vibration of Om is activating your inner energy, your ability to spread energy as Sat, Chit, Anand. Sat, existence. Sushestvani, Sushness. Chit, consciousness, awareness. Of what? Of knowledge that you are. Anand, joy of serving. Sat, Chit, Anand, the three qualities of divine life inside you are open like the sky. And you're radiating love, and at the same time you're covering the universe in your heart with pure love, so that the whole universe in your heart is covered with golden love. Oh, feel the vibration of Om. When I say O, gently breathe in. Ma, you cover your heart, where the universe, where the earth is, and all the people on the planet with golden love. And when you breathe out, you radiate love like the sky. You have the characteristics of the sky. You're endless. You have no judgment. Your heart is totally open. When you see the sky in your heart, you become totally open. So the third part, when you're breathing out, you're just radiating joy in total silence. You also can do it like this. Sat means existence. So you start to live with breathing in. Chit means you are pure love. That's the knowledge in your heart, and you are covering the word in your heart, and you are radiating joy. Anand is in total bliss, silence, bleeding no words. Sat, Chit, Anand. The same way, O, Ma, and then total silence, radiating love. Oh, so I want you to, with your breathing, to feel the energy of Sat, Chit, Anand, the clarity which frees you from all pain, fear, anger, judgments. I want you to feel those vibrations right now with me. Oh, gently breathe in, without trying to modify anything. Oh, it goes to your heart. Your heart expands like a sky, and you radiate pure love in silence. Oh, вдох и энергия любви, знание, что вы чистая любовь, доходит до бесконечности небесной любви в сердце, и вы излучаете чистую любовь без осуждения, освобождая вас от всех переживаний, обид и страхи прошлого. You breathe in O, M, heart radiating pure love, unconditional. Total silence of joy. Om. See everyone on the planet being joyous in your uncovering of the secret of your heart in becoming like a Brahma, unconditional love. Someone just joined, so I'll repeat the technique. With closed eyes, Zakriti Miglazami, focusing on your heart. Now in your heart, see the infinity of the universe as blue sky. The moment you see blue sky in your heart opens up. As your heart opens up, you start to radiate love to everyone, to all people on the planet, unconditioned, to the police, to the protesters, so that in your mind there is no such thing, this is good, that is bad. Your job is to radiate love. Vasha Zabota, Vasha Tvetsunet is Luchat Lubhi, same if same base condition. You can also do the Mahamudra, closing, locking your hands like this and taking it down. Locking your hands like this, taking it down. And now totally in your own universe. Oh, breathe in gently. Oh, Ma. Your heart like the sky, radiating pure joy. And you becoming Sat, Chit, Anand. Your existence, Sat. When you breathe in, you become aware of who you are, Sat, the truth. Istina, Kagdavdok. Your heart becomes pure love. That is your awareness of who you are, that you are the infinite, sky-like eternity in your heart. And that gives you a feeling of that you are infinite joy of serving others by spreading love. That's the only joy on the planet, of spreading love. Единственное настоящее радость. Все остальное это comfort. Everything else is just becoming comfortable, physically or mentally. Joy is only when you spread love. Радость только тогда, когда мы распространяем любовь. Oh, gently breathing. Vibration. Я хочу, вы чувствовали бы energy. I want you to feel the energy of oh going into your nose, to your universe. Ma, going to your heart and becoming sky-like, infinitely radiating love. The third part is total silence. The joy doesn't need any sound. Oh. Oh. Now you continue to breathe in, but from the crown of your head, you accept the blessings of the universe flowing through your body. Вы продолжаете дышать, но вдох, как будто через макушку входит во вас благословение, от сердца вы излучаете любовь. Oh, so it's coming down with oh from the crown of the head. Oh, going to a heart, which is like the sky, infinite, non-judgmental, just radiating joy. Oh, 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 vanish, dissolve, 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 dissolve. Rastvarite Swalupi. Rastvaritsa, Rastvaritsa, Rastvaritsa. Dissolve in pure love that you are receiving and spreading. Oh. You are spreading love. You are covering the planet Earth, which is in the center of your heart, with pure love, so that there is peace and people have no more fear of COVID and this and that. And They are at total peace with whatever they have to do to spread love on the planet. Om. And you are becoming totally non-judgmental. Vistanovitis asobas dioni atse kasus denya katuri agrani chet. You are becoming free of all judgments that could have closed your heart or your mind. They reflect each other. Om. In the Ma, clean yourself of all judgments, all pain, all memories of the past, burn it all. Free. Освобождает и от всех ограничений прошлого miscellaneous. To we believe бесконечный распространитель любви, so that you become unconditional servant of spreading love. No matter what health and what wealth you have in the world, does not matter. You are spreading infinite joy. Oh, and you are blessed by the universe in the Om. Oh, your heart is shining bright and spreading love. Your head is totally full of joy at spreading love. Your livers are free of all anger. Your stomach is able to absorb everything on the planet and give back whatever it does not need. Your spine is free of all stress from the past, present, and future. Your kidneys are free of all fears. Your total universe inside you is full of golden love. So receiving love as a blessing from above, spreading it by becoming sky-like in your heart, spreading it unconditionally. The sky doesn't say, oh, you are good, you are bad, I'm going to give you cover or not. The sky covers everything. Oh, as you become infinite, you can see your previous love. You can see your previous lives. Oh, you have had many lives. And in this life, you are meant to spread love. Maybe in other lives, you lived for other things, for health, wealth, happiness of the earth. Now you are going to be living only for spiritual happiness by spreading love to others, living for others. Oh, living for others frees you from all pain, fear, anger, all judgments that others are good, others are bad, this is good, this is just, you get the ability to feel wealthy and healthy no matter what happens in the outside world. Like the sky spreading love to all the female energy on the planet. So that you have no more anger at any feminine energy on the planet. You are like the mother, full of love for all her children. You are spreading love and paying respect to all the male energy on the planet. That you have no pain, fear, anger at any male energy. You're full of love. You have gone beyond judgments, likes, dislikes. You have enough love. You feel abundance of love. You do not need anything on the planet, just only to give love. Ваша единственная необходимость распространить любви. Все остальное есть, не есть. Здоровье, смерть, денег, не денег, работа, не работа, все мелочь. Есть способность излучать любви, вы совершенны. You are, as of this second, fully enlightened, working towards spreading only love unconditionally. No matter what happens on the planet, you are spreading love with Om, Om Namah Shivaya, Amin, any prayer of God. Om. 7 times with me. Oh, receive blessings from the crown of the head. Let them pass through your heart to everything and everyone. Maintaining your heart as the universe, as the sky, will keep it open. Om. And take you beyond your pain, fear associated with this body. Om. 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 You offer the offering of your life. You offer the offering of your life to all seen and unseen angels, to all the seen and unseen forces on the planet, to everything and everyone unconditionally. Just like the sky covers everything unconditionally. Om, Om, Om Namah Shivaya. Continue with your silence. Om. Dissolve in this silence. Dissolve. Lose yourself. Lose your fears, pain, anger. Be a source of love. Oh. Oh. Match your breathing with oh. Oh. So that the universe inside you and around you is totally full of golden light. Oh. Oh. You can open your eyes slowly, and you can do this exercise on your own as long as you can. 5 minutes, 10 minutes. The sky in your heart, breathing in Om and spreading love. If anyone has any questions, you can ask them right now, or you can send it to me by chat. I'll stop.